Hey guys, it's Steph. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking about something that's really important to me and something that's really been bothering me, and I'm literally just going to cut right to the chase. I'm talking about the Women's March and women's rights and equality and feminism and all that. So if you're not interested in this, then just don't watch the video to read it. So, the way that I've been feeling lately is that I just literally don't understand why people are complaining about the Women's March and why people are complaining about women coming together and uniting and trying to be equal to men. I just don't understand how a woman can complain about that. Like, I don't know, a lot of people think feminism is like man hating, and it's not. Like, I'm a feminist and I don't hate men. Like, I think men are great. I know a lot of men who are feminists. It just means that you believe in equality, and that should be fine. That should be okay. And, like, a lot of people who talk about this kind of stuff are like being silenced, and I refuse to be silenced about this because I don't want our youth growing up thinking that like this is okay. And especially with Trump as our president, honestly, like someone who was quoted saying grab them by the pussy, like our youth is going to look at that and they're going to be like, "Oh, like that's an okay thing to say because our president said it. So why can't I say it? Why can't I treat women like that?" You know what I mean? And that is a scary thought to me. Also, the Women's March. People are complaining about that because they're like, there's people in third world countries who they can't even speak around a man without getting executed, and they're like all this stuff. And like, yeah, that's true, and that's absolutely awful. But the Women's March was not only for women in America, it was for women all across the world. So it was us like trying to support women everywhere. And I didn't go to the Women's March personally, but like I totally support it. And I think that it was a great thing. And what really sucks is that people want to criticize things about it instead of like listening to the message. Like, people were like, "Oh, they're wearing vagina hats. Like, how can anyone take you seriously when you're wearing a vagina hat?" Like, instead of criticizing what they're wearing, like, that is a part of the problem. That, like, is a huge part of the problem. Listen to the message. Don't pay attention to their hats. If you don't like their hats, fine, whatever. Listen to the message. Because what they're trying to say is that they're sick of being told that if you get raped, like, people are allowed to sit there and ask you, like, "Oh, well, what were you wearing? Like, how much did you drink?" Like, and like it's like that's victim blaming, and that's what we're sticking up for. That's what we're trying to end. Not only that, abortion. People, I mean, I personally wouldn't get an abortion. I don't think. I mean, who knows if I was in this situation, but I believe that everyone should have the right to decide. I mean, if like my best friend got pregnant and she wanted to have an abortion, I would never tell her not to. It's her body, it's her choice, and I'm sick of men trying to tell us what we are supposed to do with our body. Because for some reason, this is like a man's world, and I really think that it should be equal. And try to have a world without women because there wouldn't be one. Because we're the ones who produce. We're the ones, like, and I don't know why we're treated less than and why we get paid less for the same job. And I don't understand any of this because we are like literally we carry people inside of us. We carry humans like we are magical pretty much. And I just don't get why we don't have the right to our own body or why it's like even in question that we shouldn't. It just doesn't make any sense to me. Like, if a white man, a privileged white man, rapes somebody and they rape a female, they often get away with it, and it's like super like distressing, and like that's sad. Like, that is like really fucked up, honestly. Like, this is just like pure how I feel. I don't have notes. I'm just trying to raise awareness. I think everyone should try to understand that like people are getting raped and then these men are getting away with it because the judge feels bad for them and they like look like a nice guy and it was just a mistake. But what about the life that they ruined? What about the PTSD or the anxiety or the suffering or depression that the victim is going to get from that? And especially like knowing that she didn't get the justice she deserved, it's even worse. And like, I don't know, I just really don't agree with a lot of things that are going on right now. And a lot of people are saying like, "Oh, but like I don't feel oppressed." And like, yeah, like you've never been raped, you've never had to deal with anything like I don't know, maybe you're not catcalled all the time, like maybe that's not a big deal to you, but the reason that you don't feel oppressed is because other people, other women, like a while back, stood up for like women's rights, and that's why you have the rights that you do. So you have people to thank for that. So I feel like nobody, like especially women, should be complaining about women standing up for other women and like for themselves when that's how we've gotten through so much, and that's why we're allowed to vote. That's why we're here where we are today. And we just want to make things completely equal, which I feel like is fair. Like, is that not fair? Because why are women less than men? It doesn't make any sense. But that's all I have to say for this rant right now. I'm sure there's more that I could have added, but I'm going to end it here. If you have anything to add in the comments, please do. I would love to read them if it's positive. If it's negative, like, don't bother. I don't even want to see it. If you agree with this, share this video. Let's raise as much awareness as we can, and thank you so much for watching.